going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another CSGO video. Today we are starting a brand new series called Vacation Maker. Basically, we are going to be taking a look at the Overwatch system within CSGO to see if the suspect deserves a well-deserved vacation. It's not always the case. Suspect sometimes doesn't need a vacation. In most cases, though, we like to just double check. So we are on round 4. X-ray has been turned on. CTs have won the pistol rounds, and it's the first buy round for the T side by the looks of it. Classic Dust 2 map, a lot of gun trades, and a lot of flicking, and a lot of slicking, and a lot of mishing and meshing and moshing. And currently just stacking smokes in Dust 2 mid. So he should know that there's one guy up there because he can hear the scout shot. He can hear him walking up. Oh, that was a bit of a delayed. Nothing. Whoa, okay, so might have to relook at that again, but that looks like a little bit of aim assistance for the first and third kill there. Might have got lucky. I mean, it is the Pro 90. We all know how that can end up, but that second kill looked a bit of a flicky kill to me, so I'm just going to double check that when I can, because it looked a bit fishy to me. Okay guys, so I just skipped the end of that round because basically nothing happens. He ran down to long and the last guy died by somebody else who would also followed him from long. So nothing really happened. So coming into round 5, does this guy know? I'm just keeping an eye on his cursor because his cursor, he's got the sense of like nothing. I definitely saw that guy in short then. His teammate should have just keep watching his cursor. It seemed to have... I'm not sure. Very suspicious. Very suspicious. Could be what currently what score is he on? Okay, so he's on 7 for 3. So I mean he is doing good as a. Why is that staying back up? Okay, well that's staying back on now. He is doing quite well. Could be a Smurf, not uncommon, especially since the Bloodhound pack has been reduced in price, so there's a lot more Smurfers than ever because it's the cheapest possible time for Smurfers to actually buy fresh accounts and get Bloodhound to get to level 3 quicker. So, see, we've got a long push here. Not quite sure whether he knows whether they're through the wall and he's just trying to bait it out. He had that completely covered. Husky taking 56 damage there, 46 damage there, sorry, from a grenade. So it looks like we've got a rotation onto shot. Now that guy's sneaking all the way up. That's a little bit suspicious. Unless he heard him before. Okay. And he still manages to fail on everything. He did do quite a lot of damage to the guy, but he didn't really do much. The T's now have a auto sniper, so that's always a nice thing. But I'm just keeping an eye on his sense. Okay. And he didn't have his crosshair on that guy. If he'd have had his crosshair on that guy as he was walking through the smoke and insta-headshot him when he walked out of it, then I'd have been suspicious. But he died as soon as he went through the smoke, and it wasn't really anything suspicious there. So current thing is that he hasn't got any walls. Still can't rule it out. I'm still thinking some sort of aim assistance. Score currently is 7 for 5, so he has lost 2 rounds from his death, which is why the T's have 2 rounds, which makes sense. Don't really know why I said that. Anyway, but it doesn't really matter. So currently we've got 2 guys at spawn, 1 guy in mid doors, and 1 guy in lower tunnel. 1 guy. Oh, and sorry, and 2 guys are now going into upper tunnel. Now, how does he know that he is still there? It's a little bit it's a little bit fishy that he walked out as soon as that guy walked back up the stairs, well, back up the ramp. He knows he's there. I can only just hear it with my headset, and mine's a good bloody headset. So I'm honestly, I don't know. He actually could have some sort of wall assistance here. Now, does he know that those guys are walking up there? No, he doesn't. No, okay. So, it's mixed signals so far from this guy. You know, it felt as though he knew that the guy was at spawn and he was doing the right thing at the right time. When he was walking up the ramp, he was walking forward. When he was coming down the ramp, he was stopping and hiding behind a wall. But then, you know, the last bit there. So the CT's got absolutely demolished there. That's actually quite interesting. Still not quite sure why this guy probably got reported. It might have been from the early rounds. Not a headshot. Crosshair, you know, he's following it around the corner. Not really something really obvious there. That's an obvious thing to do, especially if you go in there. Still. Okay, guys. So I just skipped around a little bit here because there wasn't really anything going on. T's going in for a full long push with the bomb. Only 2 guys left, and they are both now in pit. Not quite sure. I mean, he has got his crosshair. Oh, that was a nice headshot with a little bit of a spray down. That was quite nice. And will the CT finish him off from long? I think he's waiting for him to walk around the corner. Yeah, he is. He's waiting for him to walk around the corner. Which, oh, is he going to catch him now? There you go. Caught him at the last minute. So once again, still nothing really too obvious about this guy. A few headshots here and there. Headshot percentage though is 36%, so even then it's not spectacular, and when he has got the headshots I think they've just been lucky spray downs. In terms of any wall assistance, there's instances where it looks as though he has got some sort of wall assistance, and then there's situations where he's completely oblivious to the enemies around him and he usually gets killed by them, whether that's just a decoy and, you know, trying to throw in the scent off Overwatch. Yeah, I have yet to find out. So, T-side going for a complete B-rush. Not B-rush, sorry, a B-stack. 1 guy behind mid doors waiting for someone to walk through. Going to be quite interesting. Full flash coming through there. Not looking at him through the wall. Crosshair placement is on point. I can't fault him for that. And I think, to be honest, that's what's actually got him this this Overwatch. His crosshair placement's fantastic. His reactions aren't the best. And they're also not humane reactions, so there's not been no pre-firing with anything. He's just, you know, he's just had some good, nice, obvious reactions, which is what you expect from a good player. So I am leaning towards a Smurf from this. Those guys cleaning up on long, and he doesn't realise that they are. So 1 is pushing mid, and the bomb is currently on short. So will he realise that there is a guy around that corner? No, he doesn't. And then he saw the guy in the corner. Obviously, nothing suspicious about that there. Had plenty of opportunities to follow his head around the corner and pre-fire him as he was walking around the corner. Now he should know that 1 guy is on short for the footsteps and for the obvious gunfire. So he should know that it's over that side. And then just ends up killing him at the end. So in terms of any sort of evidence, personally, if I had the opportunity to look at the entire game, I would, to be 100% certain, but for the most part there is insufficient evidence for aim assistance, vision assistance, other external assistance and griefing. I would personally lean towards some sort of aim assistance, maybe because of the flick into the headshot, but it's not evidence beyond reasonable doubt, so I can't put it in because it's, you know, it's just not there. I can't see it. In terms of vision assistance, like I've said before, there were instances where it was kind of obvious that he had them, but then there were instances where it was like, oh, there's a guy there. Oh, I'm dead. It was a hit and miss situation. But he had plenty of opportunities to show that he had some sort of vision assistance, and it just wasn't there. So once again, there's no evidence beyond reasonable doubt, so I'm not going to put that down either. So for this situation, we are going for a 1-1-1-1 situation. Suspect, not having a vacation today, is going to be playing a bit more CS, and that is the first Overwatch. So I thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I get some more of these videos out for you guys. If you did like the video, don't forget to smash that like button down below, and I'll see you all in the next one.